hop into another game here. We're going to have... Oh my goodness, this lineup is interesting already. Garen against Kayle, Zac against Malphite, Zed against Vladimir, Vayne, Senna, Lucian, Alistar. Is Lucian still bugged? Or has it been a hotfix that patched it? So as of the time recording, patch 10.11.1, there is a bug with Lucian where I didn't read the thread too carefully. It was on the front of Reddit, but it was something like every other hit from Lucian counts as his passive auto, so it does 50% damage. Something like that. I skimmed over it. I'm assuming that's what it said. But if that's so, like, that's a nasty bug. I'm assuming it was hotfix patched because it seems like such a big bug, and generally Riot is pretty on top of their game when it comes to patching bugs like this, just in hotfixes. Although when I logged into the client today, I didn't see a patch of any sort. We're gonna get the start on this game regardless. Oh. So when you look at Senna from this angle, she kind of looks like a raccoon. Hold on. You can't unsee this. Look, pretend her cloak is like the fur of a raccoon, and pretend the gun is like a tail. You can't unsee it if you see it. She looks like well, maybe not a raccoon, but like just maybe a albino squirrel or something running around. Look at it, it's so uncanny, that resemblance. That's funny. The Rainbow Trail really sells it too. It's like not neon. It's like Neon Cat, but instead of a cat, it's like a squirrel. Neon Squirrel. She's also playing what appears to be an unnamed champ, according to her name. It's kind of shocking that we're still in patch 10.11.1. And I was recently digging through Riot's API. And yeah, it's astounding to say this, but the newest champion in the game, as of the time this recording is going up, is Sett. Even though there's been a few releases after him. Fiddle got his rework, Voli got his rework. The next champion is a mystical jungler, as promised. But that champion hasn't come out yet. Hasn't even been teased in any way yet, except for that one dev post. Where apparently there's like a sleep mechanic, I'm assuming, because in the post they're like, oh, I'm so sleepy or something. I'll be surprised. Like, I'm gonna wait for a preview, I'm gonna wait for their kit reveal. It does look exciting as a concept. I'm a sucker for anything mystical like that. Like, I love the design of these champions. I love the designs of mystical creatures were just fantastical creatures. And I even lump Kindred in with that a lot. I think Kindred is actually, contrary to most people, I do think Kindred is pretty well designed in terms of lore and theme. And it's just a theme that I love, which is why some of my favorite champions are kind of along the lines of like almost fictional, almost mythical level of stature in lore. So champions like Neeko, champions like Kindred. And I really do love the idea of a mystical jungler. Like, that tickles my fantasy quite a bit. So I can't wait for that next champion, whatever it is. Even though jungling is very easily my personal least impactful role for me. Like, not for me, like, I suck at jungling the most, is what I should say. But all of my jungling knowledge basically came from me really liking Kindred, so I pretty much learned jungling exclusively to play Kindred. And who knows, if I like the new champion enough, I might play the new champion. And speaking of mystical creatures and stuff, it's also why I kind of really like, and I know this is blasphemous, it's kind of why I really like Yuumi as a part of the lore and the theme. Not her kid. Her kid can go burn in the ditch somewhere. But I do like Yuumi. And also, my camera was focused on Senna for the longest time. Fortunately, nothing really important happened elsewhere, am I right? Seems like it. It's been a pretty boring opener so far. Almost 4 minutes in. Malphite's about to die to this. Right? Oh, come on, Malphite. Get killed by it for the memes. Yeah! I called it. I totally called it. Ah, the memes. Once I saw him still not bothering to kite that camp, I was like, yeah, he's dead. Ah, yes. Fast back. That's what people will call it. He's gonna go back, pick up his jungle item. So surely he has a chance now. I think, like, if anybody on blue team was watching, I didn't see any suspect pings go down. But they would have seen, like, Malphite was suddenly put onto the respawning tab. I'm like, because you don't get executions announced anymore unless they're in Vision. But, yeah, like, Malphite's dead. Somebody should have seen that on blue team. So if anything, Zac would have been like, what the hell? So now he might... That might actually be a signal for the Zac to play a little bit more aggressively. Now the Senna. Gonna grab a soul. There's so many minions coming down boss side. They're gonna take away a cannon here, and blue team gonna claim a plate. So far, Lucian Ali has spent the whole laning phase getting shoved in, but the Alistar, he might try to change that with the Pulverize forward. He's taking a lot of poke in return. Senna's still perfectly healthy. And the Vayne takes cursory amounts of damage. But Lucian falls to half health. Vayne? Is she gonna go for this kill? No, the headbutt sends her away. Now Lucian... Oh, he's still staying. This is a really dangerous ordeal for him now. Alistar goes in for another headball pop. That's a 2-man knockup, but Lucian's so low he can't follow up. Deathmark is gonna go down on the Vlad, but he heals up with Wisdom Power Transfuse through the Ignite, and he somehow ends up healthier than when Deathmark first landed on him. Zac is gonna come in for a gank, but the dive onto the Alistar. Is he gonna be safe here? Oh, the CC is landing. Oh, they can't make this kill happen. They have to back off. Even with a cannon there, they can't dive. They just missed everything. And now Malphite's coming in to join the party. But what can he reasonably kill here? Senna has her shroud. The heal comes down, but the Vayne gets controlled. The Ignite is on her. First blood to the Alistar. Zac jumps into the back. He has a lot of blobs to grab to keep him up. But is that going to be enough? No, he gets blobbed up. The teleport comes in. The Garen's running in full speed. He's going to flash forward, dunking onto the Lucian, killing him off there. But the Zac, his blobs will be taken apart. The giant sword drops onto the Malphite. Double kill for the Garen. He hits 6 in that team fight. And that's gonna give him a second kill. So far, a 2-for-2 trade. No. Yeah, 2-for-2 sorry. 2-for-2 trade overall. But I think blue team came away with the advantage here. And this Vlad is a very, very dead Vlad. He's going to try to get himself some healing. Can he do it? In Power Transfuse, he can't see Zed. He can't get the sock off. The Hemo Plague is not gonna pop in time either. I think if he just waited in the brush and queued the Zed, he might have lived. Continuously running definitely sealed his doom when he couldn't see where Zed was. And now the Senna is still hitting the tower, but blue team is backing off now. Garen spent a long time down here. KO actually equalizes the CS in his absence. Alistar probes bot. He didn't see Senna recall, I'm pretty sure. Now Malphite's still jungling. He's not 6. He did make a gank happen. Kinda scuffed, but it works. But he did make that gank happen. 1-2-0. He's working on his Cinderhawk. He's almost level 6. Zac is level 6. Level 6 Malphite can make that first gank super explosive. And that's kind of what he hinges on. He needs that first gank when he hits 6 to go really well. Junglers are pretty momentum based. If you fall behind, it's so hard to catch up. He might hit 6 off this rotation of his camps. It's 8 minutes into the game. Both teams know that Drake's alive. Neither's going for it. In fact, at the 8-minute mark, Herald has spawned. But once again, neither jungler posturing topside. It's just gonna leave KO and Garen to their own devices. And they know Garen has no TP, but KO sure as hell does. They're tied in CS and KO is now range. So she can at least farm, but still doesn't have too much kill pressure onto the Garen. Garen did finish his boost to match Kaale's. And Kaale has to start working on that scepter sooner or later. The silence does come down, but this is a recoverable amount of damage. Especially because Kaale has that corrupting pot. And I'm assuming she has Time Warp Tonic? No, she doesn't. She has second wind and demolish. Blue team does secure the Drake. Pretty much uncontested. Nobody's really going for it. Malphite is level 6, but he's kind of alone. But is he going to come back in? 40 unstoppable force. He flashes forward, trying to get some control on the backline, but he's being bounced around by a giant blob. He does get the ult, but it's onto a Senna. That is not the correct target, and the Zed is going to clean him up in the back. The Lucian and the Alistar are trying to make some damage land. It's not going to happen here. The Power Rise to try to buy himself some time, but it's worded, so he has nowhere to run. Senna guns him down on the ground, I suppose, or in the river. I was gonna say like something like gun him down on the lane, but I realized they weren't in the lane. Now Vlad is in a little bit of trouble. Oh, he pulls with the ignite, burning him down, and that's gonna be a very dead Vladimir. But the Garen, he's in a little bit of trouble. Flash forward by the Kaale. It's just gonna be enough. He gets baited by the Kaale Judgment, and she's gonna be fine. Is this still called Judgment? It's called Divine Judgment or something like that, right? Let me check her spell name. Yeah, Divine Judgment. I knew it. He gets baited so hard by the Kaale ultimate. She knew what she was doing. Getting that solo kill is beautiful. And it's actually a shutdown too, because that was 2 kills on the Garen. Lucian has had enough. He's gonna go in and start hitting his own wife. Is this domestic abuse gonna pay off? The Shroud, but there's a huge cow in there spotting everything. Senna is faster in the smoke though. Garen! No, not Garen. Lucian! He can't get that shot off. You know Lucian and Garen are both Demacian. But their only difference is nobody loves Garen. Lucian at least has one person that loves him. And I mean nobody loves Garen. Even Lux is like, oh god, it's my brother. I mean, she doesn't hate him, but she has to be wary of him. He's very hard to make friends with, okay? Empower Transfuse coming out from the Vlad. Zen might come in for a kill, but meanwhile top lane, the Zac has come in for a gank. The Malphite's being controlled. He already used Unstoppable Force to very little effect. It looks like it didn't even land. And now the Kaale is in the 1v2, slapping away the Zac as she retreats up. Can she make it out in time? Does look like she will. But the slingshot, oh, it does connect from such long range. And that's going to be a kill onto the Kaale. Zac finds it. I have a soft spot for Zac. He was the first jungler I ever played. No, wait, that's not right. He was the first jungler I actually practiced. My first jungler I ever played was a Mumu, but I was really bad at it back then. Zac was the first jungler that made me practice jungling. But this was like 6 years ago. I think 7 years ago. Around when Zac first came out. So I'm definitely a lot worse at jungling. Just because I don't play that role. Kaale is gonna try to make this aggressive trade happen, but Garen, he doesn't give a crap. He wants the tower, he gets the tower, but now he needs to try to make it out. The decisive strike will cleanse the slow, but he's also gonna flash away. It does look like he will get out safe and sound. First tower is 610 gold with all the plates. With the last plate considered. That's something he's more than willing to give a flash for. It's essentially like flashing for 2 kills. And you will definitely flash for 2 kills. Now the Vlad is in trouble once again. The Zed is just beating him so hard. 2-level lead. How did this happen? How could this happen to me? He made his mistakes. He's got nowhere to run. And Zed gets killed off by the Alistar. A beautiful shutdown. And now red team has to try to make this push happen onto mid lane. Can they make it happen? This is 4-man strong, but they have a hell of a long way to go. This is essentially a fully healthy tower. Now if Zac has something to say, disrupting backline so much. Let's bounce, creating so much chaos. But there's still 1 minion left, absorbing some towers. It finally dies. Dawning Shadow not going to snipe the Malphite, but here comes the Vayne. The pool from the Tides of Blood is going to get the Vlad out safe and sound, but the Vayne still chasing. Help out Power Rise to turn the damage. Vayne has to try to escape, and the Zac gets controlled. He gets blobbed up in the middle of 4. They will each kill 1, right? right? Yeah. And the Lucian finds the kill onto the Zac. Now the siege continues, and the Vayne has to be careful. She can't recall there. Zac is dead, but Zed made his way back. The death mark connects, and now Vlad has no pool. He's so dead. The shuriken's on his head. The pop is there, and the Zed finds one kill. The second is coming very fast. Double kill, and now the rest might be falling as well. They are going to get the hell out to try to stop them. To try to stop this rampaging ninja from killing everybody they know. And the Zed, so strong right now. 6-1-0. Zed is a character that does fall off in the late game in terms of assassins. There are assassins that scale very well into the late game, and there's Zed. Zed's mid game is absolutely terrifying, especially if fed, where he can start killing people on command, and he's very hard to catch. Alistar is gonna come in to crash this dragon killing party, but is anybody else invited? Malphite was brought in, but he can't find the smite in time. Zac is going to make it out with the slingshot. Senna will not. She will be killed off in the pit. A price for taking the dragon, a blood price as it were. Alistar gonna try to clear a vision, but the Vayne is here as well. She's gonna ward him away. It's now 15 minutes in. We see blue team is actually quite far ahead, all things considered. Garen is going to try to ambush a KO, but he popped Decisive Strike too early. Couldn't cleanse the slow. And now the backline dive is coming. The tower is being dove. Vayne needs to try to survive. Alistar needs one out of the proc. The chain stun, but he can't get it. Lucian's going to flash over. He's not going to get it either. Oh, disaster happens for red team's bottom lane, and Vayne walks away with 2 kills. She only gets one of them, but that may as well be a double kill for her. Garen's gonna spin on Vladimir. Vladimir decides to commit Hemoplague to get some damage in. He's not gonna do much else with it. And the Zed does come in. He's gonna Death Mark onto the Malphite immediately. Malphite is silenced. He has nowhere to run. The Mark pops and kills him off. And now the Zac makes his way here as well. Red team is just getting farmed. And this tower is not long for the world. KO is still scaling up top. You got this. I believe in you. But the rest of her team is falling left and right like dominoes. Zac is Zac. Okay, this is not fair. They have Zac and Zed on the same team. I'm gonna get them mixed up. But Zed going for a trade onto the Vlad. Not gonna find the kill, but comes damn near close to it. The stun onto the Senna. She puts up the shroud. The speed buff is there. Dawning Shadow. It does root her in place, which means she's being forced to fight the Lucian 1v1 as she can't win that battle straight up. Lucian finally gets a kill for himself as well after a long time. KO has to run now. With the slow going down onto the Garen, slowing him down. The Alcove Kite is coming. Oh, the Garen had had enough. He spins on Chaos through the wall, and now she has to run away in a good old-fashioned manner. Zac makes it in, but the Q will not connect, and now she has to keep running. The heal will give her the speed needed to get out, but the Garen, he's still chasing. He once again pops Decisive Strike before cleansing the slow. Oh no, and that means his chase is good and gone. You don't have to Q to catch up desperately. You just wait for the slow to land first. It gives you much more ground to cover. Death Mark, it does get pulled away, so no mark is applied. Zed still wants more, but here comes a Malphite, a giant boulder, charging into the fray. One more slap will do it. Zed doesn't even bother to run. Garen does arrive to the scene, but he gets punted away before he can drop the sword. The transfuse is going to keep the Vlad out of execution range. And now he's going to pull back. Tides of Blood doing a little bit of chip damage. Vayne does tumble in, but crashes into a wall. She makes her way into the fight a little bit too clumsy. But the Lucian, he might be in trouble. The giant sword slays him where he stands. Garen has to run in the back line. The Vladimir coming for a transfuse. He wants to kill. He can't find the Vayne. Vayne is out. And now Zac coming in for the re-engage. Knock him onto the KO. The two-man face breaker, rather, or mini face breaker onto the Malphite and the KO. Senna is still healthy, but she's alone. She gets the Grasp proc. Not the Glacial Augment proc, the Grasp proc. Because, yeah. Glacial Augment's overrated, am I right? Zed's gonna come in. He wants his kill on KO! He got it? Just like that? Oh my goodness, he's so strong. Wow, red team needs way more armor. The only source of magic damage on blue team is building tank. Zac isn't too much of an AP threat. So this is technically a full AD team. I say technically because, well, I mean, that's really a non-factor, but, you know. This exists. True damage. A ton of true damage. But really, if you're a tank, especially a Malphite, you have the easiest job in the world this game. Just go to the store, scan by anything that says armor, and build the most expensive ones, and you're set. Actually, I shouldn't say that, because if you scan the store by the most expensive armor items, I'm pretty sure like Guardian Angel is up there. You probably shouldn't build that on a 6-item tank. But just build the highest armor items in the game. Get an Iceborne Gauntlet. Maybe an HP item first, actually, before you get the Gauntlet, because oh my god, the Cinderhawk by itself is not enough to keep you alive, man. The CC is coming down, Unstoppable Force and the Pulverize both committed. Zed gets sent to a bouncy house and killed off. But that's a critical ultimate gone, and that's Headbutt Pulverize temporarily not available. The Malphite, he's the jungler, man. What is he doing? He doesn't want the Drake. He wants to fight, but the Zac jumps into the back. Can they make this happen? The Vayne flashes forward. The Judgment protects the Lucian. But that might be it to the team fight. They try for this engage. That can't possibly work. Garen is split pushing top. They need to respawn or win this fight right now. Time is running out for them. Senna is being killed off, but Garen, he's working on the inhib. The T3 is fallen. Garen gets the inhib. Nobody went home to defend it. They needed the 4v5 to happen. Garen is gonna back off. No, he can keep pushing. He can actually do decent chip damage to that tower. He does play it safe and get out. And red team takes what is quite possibly the most expensive dragon I've ever seen. They lost so much. The most expensive dragon off a one team fight. But they just lost so much. Oh, they might lose even more. Zed is here. Oh, Lucian cannot linger around that Grump. You have to run. Zed knows. He's fast. He's catching up. The Ghost Blade. He finishes off the Grump as well. And here comes the Death Mark. That's gonna be way more than enough. The Shurikens are there. The Lucian greeting so hard for a Grump. And now Baron Nashor on the table. Without Lucian, how can they commit for this? Blue team is in position. They're ready to start this Baron, if it needs be. Malphite gets a 2-man ultimate with no allies nearby. Good for him. Round of applause, everybody. He saved the world. And now the KO getting jumped on by the Zed. The Zed has to try to run though. Hemoplague is on him, and the Ignite finishes him off. The split push threat gets killed off here. But now Senna brings a giant blob in with her shadow. Malphite has no ultimate. He has nowhere to run. And the damage here, it's chip damage. But the chip damage is more than enough. Vayne does come down for a condemn for style. She does finally get the kill. But now Garen might be caught. The Hexac Protobell gets immediately eaten by all the minions. But that's not needed. Vladimir finds that shutdown. Onto the Garen. That's some money. He really needs some money right now. He's still sitting on brown boots. Granted, this brown boots was an Adidas sponsorship, but it's still brown boots. Zac's gonna come in, declaring Alistar and the minion to be wed, making them kiss. But he can't find the engage. But red team at the same time has to call off the siege. They can't accomplish anything, notwithstanding inhibitor down. Vladimir's gonna channel the tide, but he's not gonna do it. KO gets 1 tower bot, but that's still 2 towers taken to 7. Such a massive difference. And now red team recalls everybody for base defense. That's gonna give blue team a window to do Baron. A teleport is committed. Red team pings. They see this. They know what's going on. But can they fight for it? I think the call right now is you have to fight for this. You can't just let this go. Senna is gonna kill away the Scryer's Bloom. There's no way for red team to see into the pit unless they have pings. They only brought one. And he's being zoned off by a Senna. This Senna doesn't have Glacial. She's not scary, man. Senna's gonna flash over the wall. Pinkwood gets dropped over. They see the Baron's health. Malphite, he's gonna try for the steal. Yes, no, maybe. Alistar's in the pit. He's disrupting. He's laying control. Malphite's doing the long way around. He gets the 2-man knockup. The Divine Judgment to protect the back. But is it gonna be enough? Vladimir is finally entering the fight, getting that Chemo Plague off, and the rest of blue team is slowly falling. The Zac blobs are here. 3 people dead so far. The Senna is the next to go, but the Zed, he's in the back. He is hitting the inhib. He wants the backdoor to happen. I think they sent back too many. Red team loses their inhib turret. Nexus turret, I mean, and they lose their bot inhibitor. It's now 9 turrets taken to 2. And they only left 2 at the Baron pit. My god. I think I just let the inhib go. You know Zed's gonna kill it before you can finish recalling. You just finish on the Baron because you can't keep pushing that much deeper. At worst, you send 1 back to deal with the minions hitting your Nexus towers. I do think they send way too many people back home. And this is going to be trouble because Zed has made his way back. This Lucian is dead to Rise. The Mark will pop. It's going to take his life away. Red team loses almost everything. But can they finish off this Baron? That will be something for them. If Senna ults this, I will just laugh because it doesn't do anything to Baron. She's not gonna get it, but here comes a headbutt palm. They do lock up the Senna. Is it gonna be enough here? The stun does land. She gets killed off. The Vayne's in the back. She has to try to run away as well. But the KO, she wants more. Can she get it here? Maybe. So close. She doesn't have the Gunblade active. That would have definitely killed her. But here comes the Garen. He's flashing onto the Cal, but the Cal knocks him off with the power rise. They have to call off the siege. Red team gets the reset. They don't lose anybody except the Lucian. The Drake is spawning. KO has to teleport, but Zac is first to the pit. Alistar in the back. He's getting controlled by the Garen. He's being jumped on by the Blob. They're not starting the Drake. And now they might not be able to. Lucian is coming forward. He's gunning them down. And the Garen is spinning on the back. The damage is taking just less than full health. And the sword doesn't get the execution. KO has arrived to the fight. Zed is in the back. He's being zoned off. He can't death mark it. He does death mark it. He finishes off the Lucian. And now the AD carry is dead. But they have a backup carry in the KO. KO has to protect herself. She's so low. The Alistar switches Night Spell to her for protection. She's trying to lifesteal on the blue buff. But the Graves are right there, man. There's no unstoppable force, but this Malphite is still decently tanky. He has the Stormmail, but he's not that tanky. He's taking a lot of pain. He's going to try to play around with the Senna, but runs face first into a Vayne. And that's going to be a 3-for-2 overall. KO, she's running in with no judgment. What is she doing? And the cow has to try to run away. That is not the correct positioning for a KO. Vladimir is off in the wings. He wants to make a catch. He can't find anybody. There's only 1 Baron buff left on red team. It's on the cow. They need to stop messing around in the pit now. Make use of the Baron, or at least turtle with your Baron. I think they should recognize right now they can't win the fight if the Zed is a threat. They need to kill him first to allow backline to fully output, or just avoid fighting. It is 9-2, still in towers taken. Red team has 2 towers left. Fortunately for them, one of those 2 is the Nexus tower, so they do have a safety net against cheeky backdoors. Malphite goes again for a solo engage. He thinks Unstoppable Forces AP or something, but they do actually work out, killing off the Zed to start the team fight. But he's going to be next to go to the Silver Bolt's true damage. The backline, it might actually be melting. The Garen outputs too much. The KO is dead. The Lucian is the last one alive. Does Garen have the sword? He does not, but the dunk, it might be enough. The ignite is on him. The KO gets killed off. It's just the Vladimir and the Vayne. The Vayne gets the kill on the Lucian. The Vladimir pulling forward. Does he find it? The Empower Transfuse not onto the Vayne. Flash forward to kill him off with the Tide, but that's not enough. It's just 3 for 5. Red team is fully aced. What? Why are they pushing mid? There's an inhib top. There's an inhib top. There's an inhib top. I don't think you get this. Like, okay, yeah, you get this tower, but you don't make anything else happen off it. You can kill this tower anytime. Get the next Baron. Go kill that inhib. Get more map pressure. Malphite does respawn. That Q does no damage. He's going on the Senna. And somehow, this Garen's gonna get this inhib. But does he walk out with his life? Did they overstay? They may as well have. But the Malphite, he's not bothering to control the Garen. He needs to control the Garen. Oh no, he gave him the free escape. For some reason, Lucian is pinging... Lucian's ulti gets pinged out by the Vladimir. I'm not sure what he intended. I don't know what the calling would have been used in that case. The score is 28 to 25. Red team has but 1 tower remaining to their name. It's 30 minutes in. Soul Point, Baron, everything is coming on the line. Vayne is pretty much full power. Like from now on you just build like GA or something. But this is a really strong Vayne. Lucian in comparison has Guardian Angel. The Vlad has Power Spike with Proto Belt, Zayas, and Deathcap all complete. Malphite's still on his quest to stack armor, except he's building all the wrong items to stack armor with. Like, he needed a Deadman's like a billion years ago. He needed a Randuin's a billion years ago. He needed the Iceborne Gauntlet a million years ago. He doesn't have any of those. He does go for the engage. It's a solo engage onto the Senna. But what would removing the Senna really do? Zac is bouncing on the back. Malphite can't survive. Not with those armor items. That's not the correct tankiness choices. Vayne does get caught out. But the Zed, there's a rat in red team space. And he's digging tunnels. But the rest of the team fight is a wash. Zed is going to find 1 inhibitor. Is he going to find the 3rd? Red team goes for a full recall. But several of them cancel. Zed, what's he doing? Is he joining the fight? Is he going for the inhib? They're pinging out the inhib. They want Zed to 3 inhib this, but he's coming back to join the fight. No, he's turning around for the base now. Oh, he's gonna try to end the game maybe. A recall is coming out for the Vladimir, but I don't think a solo Vladimir is enough to stop this. Garen is waiting on the wings. Zed is hitting the inhib. Red team secures Baron, but this is triple inhib. Garen might be caught out here. Do they have enough slows? The autos are being cancelled left and right. He's gonna flash over. That's going to keep himself safe and sound. But unfortunately, Red Team's base is more than in shambles. It has been pillaged to nothingness. 1 tower remain. Triple inhib spawning. Baron buff can't save you against that. That's just not happening. KO anticipating the ultimate will not find it, but Garen will die. Death Dance DOT takes him out of the game. KO commits her ultimate. If Red Team wants this objective, they have to take this fast. Okay, they do secure it. But do they make it out? They're going to commit to a fight here. Senna's going to be jumped down by the Lucian, killed off by the KO. She outputs so much damage, but Zed is still running into Red Team's base. Pings are going down. 3-man Baron recall. And here comes the rest of the pincer. They do find the Vayne, but the Vayne condemns the Malphite. And the Lucian running forward. He's going to be killed off. He's in GA state. And now the Zac is here to control. He can't do anything here. Killed off by the Zed. But the Vayne gets traded off as well. No team has an ADC. But Red has a lot more threats. They have a lot more threats on their team, but also a lot more problems to contend with. It's 33 minutes. If red team wants to win this game, they have a hell of a mountain to climb. They're holding on. They're winning these team fights. And one might think eventually blue team runs out of stuff to split push. They have to fight red team full on now. And I think now, after 33 long grueling minutes, the KO is finally online, strong enough to kill off the Zed. And I think gradually the Zed's usefulness is being mitigated. Critically, Lucian lost Guardian Angel, and Vayne doesn't have hers yet. Neither ADCs have it. The next set of objectives spawn in 3 minutes. But I think that's too long. I think 3 more minutes and blue team will have fully fallen off. I don't think they can afford to wait for the next set of buffs, because by the time your inhibs start coming up reasonably well, red team will have the strength to resist blue team. And blue team is at a real danger of never seeing Baron again. Because yes, Vayne hyperscales into the late game, sure, but she's contending with Vlad. She's contending with Kayle. These are late game monsters you do not mess with. The Senna late game is a joke, especially in a full armor team. So the Vlad, he's going for an engage, maybe. The Malphite gets a 2-man slam, but is it enough? Vlad did commit Hemo Plague. It's gonna chunk the Vayne down to almost no health. He's gonna flash forward for a kill. Is that a mistake? He does pull back, unpunished by his aggression. But the Zed, he's in the base. He wants the backdoor. Kayle is mashing him. Kayle is strong enough to beat him back. Unless she screws up somehow. She's gonna get chunked out a little bit. But she's fine still. 2 ultimates committed. 3 ultimates committed actually. Lucian calling as well. But they don't get a kill. They don't even blow anything major, honestly, on blue team. This Malphite has such a nasty habit of engaging without the rest of his team. Vayne going to get herself red buff. Can she afford GA? No. No, she's still quite far away. I think by the time she gets her GA, Lucian will get his back off cooldown. That's roughly when I expect her GA to be complete. Now red team inhibitors, 1 by 1, coming back up. And that's real trouble here for blue team. They stand a real chance of not being able to kill those again. Assuming red team plays this decently well. And I mean you, Malphite, stop going in. Stop going in without your team. One person besides you does not mean you have a team. Just be a little bit more patient before you jump into 2v4s. Now Vlad's last item is a Spirit Visage, which, why? They're full AD. Literally build anything else. Like, if you're gonna build an MR item, or a healing amp item, you don't need a healing amp item, but if you want to build an MR item right now, Banshees is better. Zac is gonna try for this engage. The Cal gets taken down a little bit, but the Kayle falls to half health. Garen, he actually kills off the Vlad in the back. He was caught out by 2. Zed and Garen both are really strong. Lucian flashes forward. He wants the blood. Kayle kills off the Zac. And now the Lucian kills off the Vayne. But the base is being assaulted by the backdoor. Zed is here. He's hitting it. He wants the damage. He kills off the Vladimir. And he wants to finish it in him. Can he get it here? They're going to send multiple members back. But it does seem like he'll find this inhib. He's still greeting. He wants the top one. Garen is trying to control as many people as possible. Deathmark onto the Malphite, but he has so much armor, you can't kill him through that. Red team secures the dragon, and the Garen is being sent on the run. So is the Zed. He gets only a single inhib. Baron Nashor is up. And red team has the members. They need this objective. But unless they can make this catch on the Zed happen, Zed is going to just recall. He dropped the ward behind. But do they have the bodies to contest? Garen's gonna recall. He's gonna TP into that ward, I swear to God. He's TPing in. It's too late though. Baron's dead. That recall takes so long to channel. Elixir of Iron purchased. Better or worse, the last team fight is happening very soon. .38.5 minutes. 4 minutes to the next set of objectives, but this game will not last 4 more minutes. There's no way. I mean, I said that last time too, but Red team is wearing purple. They have the means to push out. 39 minutes. This is actually a very long game. But hey, 1 more minute and you get another Gathering Storm breakpoint. Woo! 80 AP for the Vlad. Yeah. Vlad is gonna pull in. Tides of Blood chunks down to half. Oh my god! Instant deletion on the Senna! And now the Malphite is in a little bit of trouble. The Judgment will save him. The Death Mark will now kill him off. And now this is a full-on tower dive, but Kayle is outputting so much in the back. Garen can't survive either. The Vladimir late game monster. He's taking off. Senna just melted. What is this game? Is this over? Zac is full health. He's going for the engage. Zed, he has a death mark. Can he go in? No, Lucian's GA is back up. He's still gonna try for it, but instantly melted. And the Vayne, she's dead in GA right outside the steps of her fountain. And the Empower transfuse 1100 damage. What was that? And now Red team, after such a strong turtle, outscales and wins 40 minutes into the game.